What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we got something a little bit different planned for you. So we're doing these takeout dining reviews, and it's time for me to actually revisit a place that is probably the first restaurant I've ever eaten at in the Capital Region. I came to college in 1997 in the Capital Region in New York. I went to Siena College. When we came up to visit the school for orientation, like screening the school, the very first place that we stopped at to eat was a restaurant called Scubbers in Latham. Now, Scubbers is a unique place, and it's amazing that we found it because the type of food that they serve there, which is basically like a lot of like snack type food, is typically not the types of restaurants that we were going to at the time. But I think we were kind of in a pinch, and we were waiting to do the interview process with what do they even call it, admissions, like the admissions board or admissions agent, whatever they call that. But we were waiting for our appointment. We wanted to get something to eat. We didn't want to sit down at the restaurant, so we just drove up Route 9, and the first place we found was Scubbers. And it's really funny because when I was in college, that basically became my go-to food. And I think I've honestly been ordering just about the same thing for the last 23 years. And it's chicken tenders and fried mozzarella. The fried mozzarella I thought was interesting. At the time, I had never eaten mozzarella with raspberry sauce, so it was kind of a foreign thing to me. But they give you this little tiny container of like a raspberry compote almost, where they cook down raspberries with water and sugar. It's not quite a jelly, it's a little thinner than a jelly at Scubbers, but they give you these really big deep fried mozzarella sticks, and you dip it in the raspberry sauce. And that was my introduction to this kind of Capital Region, upstate New York specialty food, I guess it is, where it's like mozzarella with raspberry sauce. It seems like a lot of places take some shortcuts, and what they'll do is, and you can see a previous review I did for the Tipsy Moose, they'll give you like this jarred raspberry sauce, which is very good. They call it melba sauce here. But at Scubbers, it's unique. It's a lot thinner, and it coats the mozzarella just enough. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to order my typical order. The main thing that Scubbers is really known for is their hot wings. And when you order hot wings and you order like hot, they will always tell you, actually I don't even think there is a hot. I think it goes extra mild, medium, extra hot, and double extra hot. So anyway, you order medium or even extra hot, they will remind you that mild is burn your mouth hot. So and that's kind of the wording that they've said for the last 23 years I've been going there. They are very hot wings. I typically go with medium, but I'll sometimes go with extra hot. I've never tried the 2 extra hot, and I'm hoping today I can get a little container of it so I can try it along with it. I mean, I'm a big fan of spicy food, so the challenge is definitely something I'm up for. But they also have like wood-fired pizza, sandwiches, and other fried things. They make these fried artichokes that are incredible. I don't think I'm gonna get those today, but definitely getting the fried mozzarella, definitely getting the chicken tenders, and maybe an order of onion rings, we'll see. The Scubbers location in Latham closed somewhere around the mid-2000s, and I had remained in contact kind of with the owners. I had run into Bernice at the gym a bunch of times, and one time we were eating at a different restaurant kind of close to where Scubbers is now, and it was like a buffalo wing restaurant, and I ran into them there, and it was kind of an interesting meetup kind of thing. But I, over the years, got to know the people who run the restaurant. Every time we go there, we kind of talk about our history and working with customers and customer service and everything. Just because they're a mom and pop shop literally, and it's very much the same mentality as my family with the small business. We had an Italian deli. They reopened right around like 2011, 2012 on Wolf Road. Today what we're going to do is I'm going to order my typical order. Stick around so that you can see how frequently I used to eat this. This was like my go-to meal in college, and you're going to be surprised at how often I used to eat this. So I just pulled up to Scubbers. I called my order in a couple minutes ago. I got to throw on my mask and run inside and pick it up. I think there's actually some uniqueness to their packaging. I always found it astounding the way that they package their food. because I think it's actually the perfect way to package something like fried foods and hot wings. So I'll show you that when we get back in the car. I was mistaken that they don't have a double extra hot sauce. She told me, I asked her if I could have some of it, and she told me that they it's something that they mix up directly on the wings. They put some extra seasonings and stuff on it. So she's gonna give me some of the extra hot, which I've had before. I kind of want to try the double extra hot one day. We'll come back at some point. So just got my food at Scubbers. Get this stupid thing off. I just got my food, and so here's what I wanted to show you before we go home, and we'll crack into it at home. They give you the food in paper bags. It seems very different than what you usually get. Usually they give you like a styrofoam container that sometimes has some holes in it, and to me that's very flawed because you have really steaming hot food. There's no chance for the water vapor to escape, so it basically condenses at the top and then comes down back. It falls into the food, so it takes anything that should have been crispy and makes it not crispy. This food here, I guarantee if you eat it in a couple hours, it'll still be crispy, which is like the #1 issue with ordering fried food out. So it seems different. And the other thing is it's stackable. So like you see, this is all on top of each other. So there's like a paper boat inside, and then there's a piece of tissue paper, and then the food's on top of that. So like, even though these are stacked, they're not gonna crush each other. And we're gonna eat like a college kid again. All right, so we're back at home, and it's time to dig into the food. I told you that the bags are kind of the unique thing to the place. They have, Scubbers has this packaging that they're kind of crispy paper bags, and this has been the way they've packaged the food ever since we've been going there. Here we have our mozzarella sticks with the raspberry sauce, and you can see these are pretty big. They're hand battered and breaded, so it's not like your standard mozzarella stick, and it's kind of a crunchy brittle. It's not like a thick batter, almost like a tempura in a way. Next up, we have our onion rings, and again, kind of also battered, hand battered, obviously, not some frozen product. Then I got my tenders. So with the tenders, I noticed that they slice them before they throw them in the sauce. And I got medium. And you could see they kind of end up being like that kind of size. And the breading is kind of got a lot of texture to it, where you can see that they roll it in the sauce. They have a special technique. They use like a plastic thing that they roll it in. And again, that process hasn't changed. You got your celery and your carrots. So, all right, so this is the medium. Oh, and she gave me extra hot, which I've had before. I haven't had the 2 extra hot, so let's just get this out of the way first. Not as spicy. What I like about this meal, I don't get the onion rings often. I just wanted kind of something else to nibble on today. And I'm probably not gonna finish all this right now. You got the heat from this, and then this cools it down with the sweetness for the raspberry. It's kind of a crazy combo. You can see, kind of a little watery-ish. But I think that's good. I don't want like a thick jelly most of the time. So we get a little dippy dip. It cools it down. Tastes like college. Guys, I had such a good time kind of reliving the past and you know, having the ability to visit the first restaurant I ate at in the area. You know, if you have any nostalgic stories about restaurants where you've gone in the capital region or even outside, leave them in the comments below. I'd love to hear about it, and I'd love to try like all different types of stuff. So if it's a place I haven't tried, I'll definitely check it out. And be sure, if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up down below. and subscribe for more. It really helps get these videos out to more people if you like and subscribe, and also leave comments. So any little bit you could help with that would be great. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll catch you in the next one.